That's what legendary players do. Kobe Bryant broke his fucking hand, and he did that. That's what legendary players do. LeBron, legendary, 3-1 comeback, came back. Kevin Durant got his foot on the line, went into overtime. He didn't score, bro. He didn't put up no buckets. Stop calling that man legendary because he won with Steph Curry, the greatest shooter ever, Klay Thompson, a top 3 shooter ever. Stop calling that, because when Westbrook went down, he got smoked out by Memphis. When they played the Spurs, he got smoked out. When they went up against Golden State, he blew a 3-1 lead. He choked. Legendary. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, even fucking Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson as a rookie, 45 points, 17 rebounds, triple-double. Larry Bird, legendary. These are legendary. Hakeem Olajuwon is more legendary than Kevin Durant. That's what we talking about right now. Stop talking about KD like he's this guy. He's not that guy. He's a Slim Reaper, and he's garbage when it matters. He's garbage.
Damn, it is so fucking cold. Hello, my beautiful subscribers, and welcome back to another video. Villain. I love villains in fiction. Villains are what keeps the story in a world interesting by seeing another side of the story. Sometimes they aren't even bad people, just people who fell into the wrong hands. Well, I mean, they would be called an antagonist now. Villains in fiction are always fun to talk about, but you want to know what's not fun to talk about? These frauds! Funnily enough, I'm not talking about you this time. Psych! We've talked a lot about Zenless's cast and shown some wonder and praise to the diverse cast that we already seen. I'm feeling a little spiteful today. It was gonna come eventually. Like what? You think I'm gonna rub my leg and glaze every single one of these characters that come up the front door? Hell no! We have characters that genuinely piss me off, and they're not in a they're doing something so bad but the writing is superb kind of way. It's like you're an eyesore, and I don't fucking like it. Let's get the elephant in the room. Shut up! We need to talk about the Exaltists. The Exaltists are a group who see the Hollow as the next step for the world. It has been attempting to set up the plans to bring the world into an age of the Hollow. They're a cult, and they're the big bad of Zenless. And I'm here to tell you right now that these are some of the most elite frauds that I have ever seen in fiction. Throughout the duration of the story, their level of being competent of villains slowly deteriorates when each and every one of them gets introduced, get a limited time to shine, only for them to get slimed. Super League threat into Saturday morning villains. Like, you cannot make this shit up. Meet Justin Bringer, who looks like Joe Chin.
You know who this motherfucker look like, low-key? Look!
Let's get a job.
Bringer is a senior officer who has been in New Eridu's defense force since Juyuan was little. In fact, he was the one that saved her during his operation alongside other civilians. Prior to this, he was a part of a survivors group just like Juyuan at her age. Tragedy struck when Bringer fell into ether corruption and given Juyuan the last of his anti-ether corruption. Just when he thought he died during duty, avenging the civilians, he pled his oath to an Exaltist, removing all of his ether corruption in his body. He gets immediately indoctrinated and become one of the Exaltist's many moles. After Justin Bringer's plans were thwarted by the characters you met since 1.0. No, seriously, peep this pose. We are the Zenless Zone Zero ass group. Bringer had no other choice but let the creator refine him.
Oh my god.
And just like that, Bringer gets handled and the Exaltists run away and New Eridu gets saved. Now, I would love to continue talking more about the Exaltist members. Creating a whole group, getting political figures and people in the government on board, because what's more evil than being a cultist leader? A political figure! I'm not gonna lie to you, I think my favorite character in all the Exaltist group, or actually the only character that is like good, is Isolde. Now, before I even talk about Isolde for a brief time, just look at the double match swag she got on with the 2 bits that she got in the story. Like, damn! Evil Empire, laughing all the way to the bank. Like, nobody can do it like her. God damn! Gun match a shirt. shirt matched the belt, belt matched the cash, dip lead swag. She was like, yo, I don't like those porcelain mix niggas because they kept killing my own. I hate them. And she was handling that shit on both ends. And you know what? She essentially won. She got her revenge. But you want to know who wants to decide to do that shit until the story says so? You want to know who is undershaped in the story thus far? Do you want to know who doesn't uphold? I'm talking about Sarah. Now, I do not expect a gacha game to have the best story, but clearly they can write off a good character well enough for a few chapters. So the fact that the main villain has been shown more times than the rest of the cast during the story chapters just tells me the lack of care for Sarah.
So tell me, what is your exact motivation?
Well, my motivation is to form a new age where the Hollows rule the people.
With nips on the line?
Well, that's simple.
And Wi-Fi? And Section 6?
Wait.
Krampus?
Wait.
Fucking bomb attack!
Writing hate for Sarah has to be so boring because she doesn't do shit in the fucking story. There's currently nothing to compare to Sarah to since we've had a lot of villains of the week. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap things up one last time as this is the final ZZZ Demons video, whatever, end of season thingamajig. All right, in that case, I'll see you guys in the future. Bye-bye.